2, 3, all out!
The following proposition preview has been approved for all registered voters. What do campaign promises about health care reform and the state of Massachusetts have in common? They both may have influenced the creation of Prop 101, medical choice for Arizona.
It allows people freedom to choose the type of health insurance plan they want, whether public or private.
Prop 101 would also prevent Arizona from requiring people to sign up for health insurance, including any state-sponsored health insurance programs.
We're seeing more and more states consider some kind of mandatory health insurance plan or statewide health insurance plan. That's what Massachusetts has enacted. California is considering it.
Health policy expert Marjorie Baldwin says Prop 101 is designed to keep Arizona from walking a similar path. Proposition 102 is called the Marriage Protection Amendment. It would change the state constitution to define marriage as a union between a man and a woman.
There's already under Arizona law a prohibition on same-sex marriages. And so what this does is elevates that law to the constitutional level.
If it sounds familiar, it is. Arizona voters already rejected a similar prop banning gay marriage in 2006. That brings us to Proposition 200, the Payday Loan Reform Act. There are 675 check cashing and payday loan stores in Arizona. That's almost double the number of Starbucks cafes in the state. The people backing this proposition want to make sure these places can continue doing business.
There have been a number of states that have already banned payday loan industry from operating in their states.
The license for all payday loan shops in Arizona will expire in 2010. So without this initiative or legislative action,
they would have to close up shop. This is a way to prevent that.
If you own a house in Arizona or want to, Proposition 201 affects you. It's called the Homeowner's Bill of Rights, and one of the things it requires is a 10-year warranty on all new homes. If there's something wrong with your faucets, cabinets, or any of your home's materials, Prop 201 gives you up to 10 years to sue the builder.
Most consumers are going to say, that sounds like a good idea to me. I get a warranty now, a 10-year warranty.
Labor unions and steelworkers support Prop 201. Home builders oppose it.
Step 2 is to have reasonable immigration policies.
Finally, we are a border state, and what Arizona ballot would be complete without at least one initiative on immigration? Proposition 202 is titled Stop Illegal Hiring.
It would target businesses and industries that pay cash to their employees.
But political science professor Rick Herrera says there's more to it.
This initiative is largely a reaction to the employer sanctions law.
That's because Prop 202 is backed by businesses that oppose the employer sanction law. If this proposition passed, people would no longer be able to report employer sanctions violations anonymously.
If they're going to complain, they have to be willing to say who they are and who they might represent.
Herrera says just like in the movies, you can't judge any of these propositions strictly by their titles.
If it was just on titles, you'd vote yes on all of them, I think, because they all sound good.
He urges people to look up the propositions that'll be showing at a ballot box near you.
A love of the links keeps these golfers coming out to courses like Club West in the Ahwatukee foothills. But with the heat comes the off-season of sorts. Toss in a still sour economic outlook with competition as far as the eye can see. Some courses are looking to close down some days and slash operating hours on others this summer.
So we're kind of looking at that same concept in the golf shop, not only at this property, but with some of our other properties. And just really how can we bring down the cost of operating in the summertime.
Without the green flowing in, it'll be much harder to keep landscaping looking green and lush. Mike Walker worries about the quality of play.
As the green fees continue to go down because of the heat, then you'll definitely see the quality go down. And I would say it'd be everywhere across the valley.
Whether it's the economy in general, the higher water rates, or membership ranks that keep getting thinner and thinner, golf courses like Club West are having to stretch their resources like never before. Roger Garrett has sold golf properties for years. He says some courses closing could be a good thing.
The supply is very, very slowly starting to go down a little bit, which is where it needs to go.
Jay Beecher with Club West told us look for limited tee times, but some big discounts this summer.
Certainly we're going to try to keep the golf course in the best shape we can possibly keep it in under the revenues that we're bringing in.
Well, we're standing on top of what was the City of Chandler landfill for almost 25 years. And there are about 2.5 million cubic yards of garbage under this facility. And then when the landfill closed in 2005, we capped it, covered it with another 450,000 cubic yards of dirt and clay, and built a park facility on top of it. The Paseo Vista Recreation Area features a number of amenities that you wouldn't find in other City of Chandler parks. A big reason for that is being on top of a landfill, we were limited in some of the things that we could put up here. Conservation and the environment was a very important issue when we built this facility. So you'll see a lot of materials that we have used that were really recycled. They would have ended up in a landfill at some point. These tires that are being used as a wall are much better use here than being buried in landfill somewhere. And we also added what we call our trash wall, which is a design, an artistic design here that shows a lot of different materials, everyday use that end up in landfills. You can notice just in the parking lot we use decomposed granite and asphalt tailings that would have been, as I said, sent to a landfill in the past. Coming off of other construction and road projects. We're using them here along with railroad ties and chunks of concrete make up some of the lines, landscaping portions around the park. The archery range is open to the public, but it's also an example of a public-private partnership with the city. The Paseo Vista Archery Club is a private organization that is going to be managing this facility for the city, and they're going to put on classes and clinics, and there's actually a tournament here this weekend, and they're maintaining it, but anyone can come here and use it. It's an 18-hole disc golf course, and it was designed for players of all skill levels, so beginner to advanced. I think everyone can find something about it that they like.
Don Mitchell knows just about everything there is to know about cars, especially a favorite target for criminals, the catalytic converter.
This is like a 6-inch thick screen door.
Okay, yeah.
A ceramic substrate. It's porcelain, just like your toilet.
That substrate brick is soaked in 3 precious metals that help essentially filter your car's emissions. And these metals are making quite a comeback from the depths of the recession. Consider that gold runs around $1,300 an ounce when you look at these prices. The value of palladium, rhodium, and platinum shot up nearly 200% over the last 2 years. So police across the valley have noticed a sharp increase in recent months of catalytic converter thefts.
For 20 minutes, the guy can go out and he can swipe 2 or 3 cats and make $300 in an evening.
Well, thieves love the payout they get from selling these ripped-off catalytic converters, but they also love how easy it can be. Underneath trucks and SUVs, a couple of quick cuts, and they're gone. Trucks oftentimes have 2 or 3 cat converters, and the big ones bring in bigger bucks, up to $140 a pop. But the small ones count for cash too, so no car, truck, or SUV is immune. And no parking space is safe for that matter.
Church parking lots, we've had a couple cars from the church. Guy went into Home Depot to buy construction materials, and when he came out, his was gone. It doesn't take that long.